Right, so I have returned once again. Hopefully this actually works. Open. Right. I'm probing? Hoping and praying together in one word. It sounds kind of weird the more I think about it. So yes, today we're actually covering some more Pop Team Epic Season 2. This time with English subtitles. Last week we had the very interesting time where there was no English subtitles, and I watched everything in Spanish, and that, by all accounts, was a very interesting experience. Kind of, it feels very different when you actually watch it in Spanish. The more I think about it, the jokes are they're not very different, and just the way they feel are very different. It's actually quite interesting. It's one of those things I kind of want to do a bit more often. I want to re-experience things. I've ever watched 3 animes in Spanish. I've watched Attack on Titan, Hot Epic Now, and also subsequently Dragon Ball Z. I might have watched Evangelion in Spanish as well at some point. I can't remember, but those are the 3 I know I've watched. And yeah, I mean, this show is still really good. I really do like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is this possibility of a discussion that maybe it might get repetitious after a while, because it literally is just gag after gag after gag after gag after gag that sometimes in some people's eyes don't land. But for the most part, for me, I don't really ever feel like there's anything really truly wrong with it. I feel like I get what I want out of this show every single week, and it makes me want to come back for more. And I don't want it to end at the same time, so I actually kind of like it for that reason. So anywho, let's actually go live to watch some more shitty anime. Right. Where is my thing? Sorry, I've actually just hit my microphone. I really do need to move this microphone away from here. Watching a shitty anime. I really do hope people don't actually get the wrong idea when I say shitty anime. I have always feared that for a little while. So I was like, am I accidentally saying the wrong thing by saying shitty anime? I don't know. I just want to make jokes. Hello, how's it going? How are you doing today? How are you? Thank you for actually returning as well. Thank you so much. So, let's get it shown right. Let's actually start this thing in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, and a 1. Oh my god! Are they referencing the SNES Dragon Ball Z game? Because if I remember correctly, the SNES Dragon Ball Z... Oh, this is a really esoteric reference I'm making. I believe I'm... But it's at the same time, it's not a reference to Dragon Ball Z because they did orders and everything. But the joke, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the fact that originally, because you could... The SNES Dragon Ball Z actually go into the sky, but because you couldn't... It wasn't like typical back then to actually be able to actually like animate it, so... There was a floor in the sky at the same time. The screen would like cut in half as it went in. It's either that one, the PS1 game, but I swear the PS1 game was GT. It might not be that one. I'm trying to remember now, but I swear that might be the reference. It's a Dragon Ball Z reference, basically, I think, because they hadn't had the Yamcha thing, kind of. But then they were doing orders as well, which is not Dragon Ball Z at all, as we know. Which makes me wonder whether or not there might, in theory, be a JJBA voice actress in this episode as well, which, if I'm gonna go out on a limb, I don't know. The only person I can think of, because I don't know whether or not I've also been spoiled, because I accidentally read the comments as well, but I did see someone say Mari Arise was in this episode, so whether or not it's her, that's the thing, because again, it would make sense, because Hunter x Hunter's just come back, and also she's actually in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Star Ocean as well. So that would make sense in context. Guess we'll see. Rainbow. What's up with the actual animation being really good? I don't think she's also. I don't think she's actually also being her character from the Battles on Humanity series as well. Okay, so something should be really fucking good. There's also subsequently the second time I've seen the bullet train actually have a battle on it. Does it look like it's been animated by fucking Trigger? Isn't there a no? Because that was actually about a bomb being on the train, if I remember correctly. There's a Japanese film that's about a battle on a train, not called Bullet Train. It's probably a deep cut reference in here somewhere. But I remember is it from the 70s or the 80s? It's a Japanese film about a bullet train. It's actually a battle in it. It's not one with Brad Pitt in it. Because the one with Brad Pitt on it, it's not the remake of that movie, but it's actually a Asylum remake of that movie that's made in America, like recently. Could be just Bullet Train as well, who knows? I don't know. That's kind of like the confusing part about it, because it is one of those things that it could be anything. I love how Bob keeps on getting worse each week. Because it also makes sense if Mario stays in this show, because last we had Anachi as well, and who's also in Main the Abyss, she's also made an Abyss. I actually want a whole entire series just B-side, to be honest, at this point. I still actually do wonder what actually happens in these. Oh. Mega Man? Or Rockman, I guess, in this context. It's probably even more deep cut reference, to be honest. I don't exactly know every single, like, underground fighting game that exists in the history of the world. There is gaps in my knowledge. Oh, Famicom Detective Club. If I'm not mistaken, isn't it? That's Famicom Detective Club. Yeah. I think. That's the Famicom Detective Club, isn't it? Which is kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I swear that might be. It might be. I'm not too sure now. That's the problem. I swear the original one was looked like that. But it got remade recently. Yeah, it is a serial murder case. Yeah. Yes. Maybe. We still have no idea what's ever happened to the French animator from last season. When I think about it, we actually have zero idea what's actually happened to him, or whether or not what actually happened to the or what's happened to Hoshino Gold Drop either. I get the joke because I'm not gonna acknowledge it. Same thing with Eye Shotter as well, with the whole Kamen Rider section. And I actually did also point out that one of the actors that was actually in it's actually from Kamen Riders as well, which actually is kind of cool. So yeah, that whole thing with the train could have been anything, because I know there's a famous train movement that's from Japan as well that was remade by the Americans like last year or this year. There's a mockbuster because of what happened with Bullet Train. It happens sometimes. So I don't know if not it's a reference to that. Yeah, it's Mighty Issei and oh, what's her name? Fuck. Yeah, it's gone in there and Kirua. I can't remember her name now. It's leaving. It's for some reason it's leaving my brain now. I can't remember her name. It's in there somewhere. His voice actors were gone. It's Dragon Ball Z reference, but also in that context, also use Episode North Star as well. So yeah, I mean, I have no idea. That's the problem. Because again, the reference there was kind of very low cut as well. The idea of using the split screen as well, because split screen was something that was utilized in like the way back when games of Dragon Ball Z. I don't think they ever used it in Budokai, if I remember correctly. No, I don't think it's ever used anywhere else. It might have been used later in some Dragon Ball Z games, but I don't think it was. But the whole thing with the bullet train battle as well, it makes sense because of the timing of the Bullet Train film, which I believe just recently came out. So it kind of does make sense. But at the same time, the idea of the idea itself could just mean anything. I don't know. That's the thing. This whole entire show just turns into what the fuck is this reference making? I have no fucking idea at this point. It could be anything, or it could be nothing. It could be me overthinking it. It does make sense to have Gon and Kirua in the show, because considering that the manga comes out this week, I believe. And also, they subsequently also did an animation for it as well, if I remember correctly, with both of them in it. I can't remember her name though, it's leaving my brain for some reason. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember it. Ha Megumi. Yes. Yeah, there it is. As I'm saying, it was somewhere in there. We already had Piccolo, haven't we, in this show? If I'm not mistaken, we had Piccolo already in the show. I know we had Frieza. We've had a Frieza, Vegeta, and I don't know if we had Piccolo yet. Is that fucking It's not Kenpachi, is it, from Bleach? Or is it Mano from Gintama as well? Oh, it's fucking Thief and Evangelion as well. He's also now his name's leaving my brain. Gendo, there it is. I don't think so, but when he just kind of did the scream, it kind of sounded a little bit like all three of them. I think it might be him. I think it might be him. I'm not too sure. That's the problem. Tontai Sharon just turns into, who the fuck is that? Like, your brain has to kind of go through all the parts of your, like, you have to use 100% your whole entire brain to watch this show. Imaishi fucking animate the section. This show is so fucking weird. It's like the least, which is like the least obvious thing. It's the most obvious thing in the world. Has Abuto been in the show yet from Gintama? No, he was. He was in the show last season. I'm now unsure of my whole entire philosophy now, but it actually is, if that is Madel from Gintama. Goddamn, voice actors has been so versatile that you can't actually tell, and your whole entire time you're just constantly questioning yourself. I'm still impressed how like worse Bob Team Epic got since last season, like in animation style. And I kind of appreciate it. I'm just like, don't change, just keep getting worse. I guess we'll find out after this episode ends, to be honest. When it credits are rolling, I'll quickly have a look. I might be wrong on my whole philosophy at this point, but I swear that it does sound a little like Mad Elf and Gintama. I just still want to know whether or not B-Side has replaced Hoshino Gold Drop on purpose. It's still also interesting to know that the animation got somehow better in season 1, which is kind of weird to say. Like, Body Epic was actually the best part of the animation side of the entire anime from season 1, but somehow season 2 reversed it, which I kind of believe was on purpose. I believe that they actually went, you know what, we have to make it worse on purpose. I don't know why, but it's one of those things that makes me kind of go, I know what you're doing there. It sounds just like him. It's irritating me. I hear it when he screams. It makes sense because Bleach is already airing at this point as well. I believe Kenpachi comes out this week. If I'm credit, he voices Kenpachi as well. I could be wrong at the same point at that point as well. I can't remember. It's been so fucking long. I swear he was the voice of Kenpachi. Yeah, that is definitely Falcon Detective Club. If not, holy shit, that's even more of a low-cut reference to some other obscure, like, Japanese-only visual novel from, like, the 80s. Well, half this episode, I just want to know what actually I'm right on. It becomes the race of being like, am I an idiot this entire time, or am I smart? Who knows? That's the real question. Right, as the actual credits are rolled in, let's quickly have a look. Let's actually see if I'm actually being a dumb man, or am I being... Right, so it's Hoshino, isn't it? Hey Hell is actually the Hoshino, is the actual thing as well. Oh, Flat Studio animated it. I think I always ask if you're actually watching on streaming services as well. I still really do want to release the VTuber actual like models. I would pay good money for it. Right, so quick look then. Oh, going back to the goddamn whatchamacallit. Okay, so Mario Issei's in it, definitely. So she's the definite she's a definite voice actress. What I'm more curious about is oh, okay, actually I might be wrong on the entire thing. I actually might be wrong. Can I be wrong for the first time in my life? Can you believe it? Oh my god. It's not happening, is it? I'm definitely not wrong. Okay, that's just low cut. I would never have got that. One of them is very, very unknown. In the grand scheme of like Pop Team Happy, he's quite unknown. He's only in Token Rambu. Yeah, he's only in Token Rambu. He plays Hakata in Token Rambu. I would never have got that. Oh, okay. No, I'm wrong. Well, I know who he is. He was it's Hiroki Takahashi. Aha, okay. Why did I not get that immediately? Well, he's Ryu in Street Fighter, definitely. It's also Tommy in Last of Us, really? That's interesting. Yeah, he's also he's also Joey in Yu-Gi-Oh! He's also Joey in Yu-Gi-Oh! Really? Holy shit. He's also Joey. Oh, he's oh, of course. Oh, wait, no. He's the original. Is he the original Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter? Like the original? The OG man himself, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he is. He's the original Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. It would be cool if they actually had the original voice actresses back. That would have been kind of like a deep cut. That would have been a deep cut, to be honest. So they inadvertently got Hisoka back in this show, but the original version of him, which is kind of funny. What I'm also very curious to know is whether or not that reference was Famicom Detective Club. God, I'm gonna go to R Anime. Ugh. I'm gonna go to R Anime. I'm gonna go to Reddit. Ew. Ew. Just give me fucking Pop Team Epic, please. Where are you? There it is. Oh yeah, Megami Han. I was gonna say, I swear it was them. Yeah, everyone's just making reference to how different the actual train battle section looked. That was the whole thing. I just want to know what I want to know whether or not I want to know if it was a Famicom Detective Club. No one's making reference to it. Am I going crazy? Am I the only one that got that? Am I going crazy here? Oh. Was it around 1.5 reference at the start? Oh, Dr. Yellow is the Shinkaisen's maintenance train. Oh. Oh, Mega Man reference, okay. That was the thing I was trying to. That was what. Again, I would never have got that, but Yeah, but that's the thing. It's whether or not it's just a parody of like other things. That's like the other thing to note, because the entire thing with the train, it's just a battle shonen kind of reference. It makes sense because Hunter x Hunter being in the episode makes sense. But am I the only one that got the Family Detective Club reference? I think. I don't know. I think I'm going crazy at this point, because I swear that's that. I've got to go and find out, because it's gonna bug the hell out of me. But yeah, overall, good episode. It was a really good episode. The animation was like off the charts half the time. I mean, it makes sense because the studio changed for the Shinkansen section. That does make sense. So that was kind of neat. I like that. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, the references in this show keep on going lower and lower and lower in the sense of like the ballpark of what it's meant to be referencing. Because I thought Dragon Ball Z was the reference to start, because I know for a fact that the actual game does the whole thing with the side thing, but it also carries Ranma 1.5, which is even more of a deep cut reference. Personally, I've never watched Ranma 1.5, so probably why I never got it. If I got that one wrong and it was that one, probably the reason to why. But I was going by Dragon Ball Z because I remember the SNES game being like that. But yeah, I mean, this show just keeps on getting weirder and weirder in like every single sense of the word. It's like no single time you kind of say, well, yeah, okay, that was a bit more common than usual. It just keeps on going further and further, like to the point of insanity. Even the voice actors are kind of going crazy at this point. They don't have a single moment where they're just kind of like sane. Like the B side of it all, there is an interesting thing that they just kind of go ham on everything in the B side of it all. Because the A side is still, they go ham, but there's even more of a craziness to the B side. I don't quite know what goes on in the B side, like recording studio, because it just, either they're drunk out of their minds and that's how they manage to actually kind of just be spontaneous with all their voice recordings, or complete something else, because I just need to know, because it's complete insanity in the B side. It's actually kind of good because of that reason, because it is insane. You think to yourself, okay, well, it's gonna be the same thing, because that's what season 1 kind of suffered from. That you watch the same thing twice. But for some reason, it feels like they actually managed to actually kind of find that middle ground where it kind of does, in theory, actually make it all better, because it does feel different to a degree. Because the lines do subtly change, and also subsequently actions do slightly change as well, so it actually makes it a lot more funnier. Can't get enough of it. I just can't wait for more. I want to see what else they do. So yeah, that's me done for today. I'm going to find out whether or not I'm going crazy and it's actually found Detective Club reference. So, I don't know. Let's see. So for all that said, I've indeed been the driver. So as always, actually have enjoyed the stream. Do leave a like. Leave a sub as well. Both do help quite a lot. Actually have then enjoyed the entire stream as a whole, and as always, do leave a follow on Twitter, or actually follow me on Twitch, because it is my pleasure. Thanks so much actually being here as well. Thank you so much. Join me on Twitter or on Twitch. Twitch, you will see these streams live every single week. On Twitter, you actually will then see when these streams are live and any other streams I may do, because I sometimes do spontaneously stream other shows, other stuff. This is episode 5 of Pop Team Epic Season 2, Season 2, Season 4, Season 2. Season 2. I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.